Hello guys, welcome back to another page of Pages and Boozes, or episode, whatever you want to call it.
Page.
Right. We are going to be reviewing, yes, The Vanishing Half, the book that everybody's reviewing, that they should be reviewing and should be reading. And if you have not read it yet, I'm going to act like everybody else that you've seen their review. You need to read it. It really is good. We're going to get into it, and we are going to digest it. I have my sticky notes here to where we can go and talk about it, but it's time to get into it. But before we get into that, we got to get into what you see right here. So with Pages and Boozes, we will be drinking and we will be reviewing. So you will not only be able to hear what we have to think, or what we think about a book, you also will be learning how to make a drink. So, we are doing margaritas today. And this is my lovely cousin, Mila.
What's up, guys?
So, but before we do all of that, before we start all of this lovely magic stuff, we are about to take a shot.
Correcto.
Yes. It is shot time. So to make this a little easier for both of us, I'm going to put a little lime juice at the bottom of our glass. But first, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put a little salt on our glass.
Okay. Cool.
First. So we have a little salt in our rosé glass.
So when you drink it, do you drink the salt in? Is that?
You can if you want to. You don't have to.
Is that? Because I was trying to think, like, isn't that to, like, kind of cut through?
It does help cut through. Yes, that's why people do salt with their tequila, because it does help to cut the flavor
And kind of make it a little easier.
Well, the salt's gonna fall at the bottom, like I just did mine, so you're gonna automatically have salt anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. You see how it's falling?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry guys, you probably can hear all of this moving around. I apologize. But let's get into it. Right, let's do it. Ugly face. Oh. Ooh, Jesus.
Oh my gosh.
Listen.
That was okay. I'm gonna get a lime.
Definitely. Ooh. Ooh. Y'all listen. I'll be trying to be a G. It never works out. I'll be like in my head before I take the shot, I'm like, fix your face. And as soon as it hit my mouth, I'll be like,
That was. Is it just me?
Nope.
Or was
Nope.
that really intense?
That was really intense. Oh my God.
I'm glad that we're in this together.
Yes, I am too.
Because I'm thinking, like, is this shit just me?
No.
No, that was bad.
It was horrific. Ooh. Okay. So let's get into the drink.
It's not just us. That's just not
no,
just,
that's not just you.
That's
It's not. So if you do not have one of these, you do not need one of these. You can hand squeeze it. I'm just very extra. I like having everything that I need when I'm either bartending or even when I'm reading. I have to have a pencil next to me. So I have to have all of my utensils. So if you don't have this, it's okay. You can use your hands. So first things first, you are going to add your ice, of course. Oh, where's the scooper? Where did I put the scooper? Oh, right here.
man, that thing was.
You know,
It was like some sugar on the end.
You know what's funny? When I order margaritas, I order a sugar rum.
Yeah,
I don't order a.
I'm
a salt rum.
realizing. Yeah, because that's was like the G's. Like that's
Yeah, sugar
for-
rum is for the G people who take high blood pressure on Saturdays. Every Saturday morning, they gotta take their high blood pressure medicine. Listen, I get it. That shit is.
But the salt, I was thinking that the salt is for the G's because that is like way
is.
more powerful than the damn sugar.
Yes.
Because the sugar kind of gives you like a little break.
No, it does.
From the craziness of the damn drink, but the salt makes it like even more bitter.
It literally makes you be like, you got hair on your chest.
Yeah.
So you're gonna do 1.5 ounces. So I'm going to make one drink at a time. I'm not going to make both drinks at once, because if so, I would do 3 ounces, and then I would do 1. I would do a 1 ounce, because a half an ounce for triple sec, I believe, or is it 1 ounce for triple sec?
I think it's 1 ounce.
Okay, so I would do 2 ounces of triple sec. Yes. So
yeah, I think it was like 1.5 of that.
Yep. Let me turn it around.
That thing's strong though.
Yeah, it is. Yours about to be strong. Cause I'm making yours first.
Whoa.
I was gonna make your guess first, right?
Yikes.
Yeah, but it's gonna be good. I'm telling you. I used to love making margaritas at I used to work as a bartender. Margaritas were fun because you used to be sitting there.
Yeah, get the ice and get it fizzy.
Yeah. All right. So now we're gonna do the magical thing with the one here.
I just love that thing.
I do too.
So
I fucking love this thing.
professional.
It is.
And it does a great job at squeezing the lime.
It does.
I need that just for regular shit.
Right? Just for tea and shit? like no, I get it.
Like a lemon, like...
No, it's like, it's getting the juice out.
I know.
You see this?
Yeah, that's a really good little contraption.
It is. I love it. Don't worry
you
about it.
couldn't do that with your hands.
No. Definitely not. Like, no. Yo, you get tired after a while.
Straight facts.
Oh, yeah.
Limes are hard to squeeze anyways.
They are, especially if you don't roll them. And I should have rolled them.
True, you do need to roll them.
It's all good. Okay, so now we have that. Put that on there. Let me stand up. Actually, let me make your glass first, ma'am. Oh no, this one's yours. Wow. Right?
Salt rim.
I'm telling you.
Why am I excited about this?
Because this is probably so loud on camera. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay.
Wow. That's professional.
Oh, thank you. You want some ice in yours?
No, I
ice?
actually like it ice free.
Okay.
Perfect.
There we go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right.
Looking pretty good.
So, now that I have made her drink, we can start. I can make mine as I'm talking about Vanishing Half. So, basically, to start off by telling you guys about the book, it is about 2 twin sisters who basically are from a small town in Louisiana called Mallard. It is a small town that is populated by light-skinned individuals, people who look our complexion are lighter, literally. And so, of course, as you can probably know, they are not accepted by the whites, but they also do not want to be considered niggas, are considered dark-skinned people. So what they do is that they're the only type of people that are in that town. And so there are 2 twin girls who live there, Stella and Desiree, and they eventually end up leaving Mallard one way or the other, and they are together at first as sisters, and then they venture off, and Stella ends up being able to pass. If you have not studied history yet or have talked to anybody who grew up in the 50s, 60s, or 70s and you don't know what passing is, you need to ask those people. Because passing basically is you can pass as a white person. And that's what Stella was able to do. So Stella lived a life of a white woman, whereas her sister, Stella married a white man too, so that's why she was really able to be able to live a white woman's life. And Stella married a dark-skinned man, a black man, and her story was a little different. She ended up moving back to Mallard and having a daughter who was very dark-skinned, and she was darker than everybody in the town, and everybody made sure she knew that as well. And Stella's daughter, Kennedy, well, Desiree's daughter's name is Jude. Kennedy is Stella's daughter, who she has like bluish violet eyes. She's blonde. Like, she plays the part of a white girl. That's all she knows, because her mother never tells her where she really came from and that she's actually black. So Kennedy is thinking this entire time that she's a white girl. Stella knowingly knows that she's an outcast in Mallard because she's the only dark-skinned chick there. Eventually, their daughters go their separate ways as well, but they end up meeting each other. And that is where the story takes a turn. And that is where Stella and Desiree end up coming back together as sisters and talking again, or really not talking again, but actually seeing each other again, because talking again is not what they do. They see each other again. And Stella and Jude kind of off and on throughout the years keep contact, and they go back and forth telling each other what's going on in each other's lives and all of that. But we are going to be breaking down the book in our own way. I feel like since this is our own podcast, we can do what we want to do.
Let me just stand up for a second too.
No, you good. Because we've been sitting this whole time.
Yeah.
But so basically, we are just going to dissect the book how we took it and how we perceived it. And we hope you guys enjoy it. If you guys have any questions, if you guys see or have read the book and you think that we didn't say anything, leave it in the comments and I'll try to answer it, or I'll make a separate video, or we'll make a separate video about some of your questions. And I think that's what I want to do. Like, if you have any questions, we'll answer them. We'll do a Q&A for the Vanishing Half. Whatever you want to do. This is our podcast. This is us drinking together as friends, talking and bullshitting. So let's get into it. So the Vanishing Half. Like I said, I have a lot of my own spark notes, if you want to call it. Let me wipe this off. I like to stay clean, guys. I got Sade everywhere. But I guess we can start off by just saying how we both feel. I guess let me ask you this. How would you feel growing up in a light-skinned town? I guess that's my first question to you before we even get into it. Being light-skinned yourself, light-skinned black, how would you feel living in a light-skinned town?
Honestly, I think that's one of those things where, like,
you gotta
it's
be
hard
there.
to speculate.
Yeah, you gotta be there.
It's very hard to speculate because I can only guess, what I might feel like. But
no, I feel that. I definitely feel that.
I don't think it's a part of the black experience. Because black people look like all different shades.
That's so true.
Whereas most cultures is pretty similar.
Indians,
not really. Because
yeah.
There's darker and lighter Indians. There's darker and lighter Hispanics. There's darker and lighter Asians. There's darker and lighter everywhere. But I feel like within the African American community, we're used to variation.
We are.
Even within our
even
own
back in
family.
slavery, yeah.
In slavery, I can look to my own family and see variation, so I don't know what it's like to not have variation.
No, that's true.
I don't even know what it's like. I can't even fathom it. I can't even...
Without variation. I know, right?
Yeah, I can't even imagine it, so...
Because even in the book, it said, they would have variation. They would have people... we would have probably been the first... Is it too bitter?
It's the salt.
Oh, sorry.
Not the drink.
Oh, okay. You want me to get you a different glass? Maybe. I'm just kidding. Because I was looking, I was like, I probably shouldn't have put that much salt in your...
I'm not used to just eating salt pure. So, It's definitely different. I'm like, oh gosh.
What the fuck
This
am I
looks like to
drinking?
just eat salt. Just pure.
No, it's
pure
people who
clean salt.
drink pure margaritas with salt. I give you more power to them. Okay, is that better? Okay.
Cause I'm like,
What
whoa,
the fuck?
I'm like, this for a G, like for real, this for real.
Damn, did I put my triple sec in here? I did. I did because it's over in the corner. Sorry guys, give me a second. But anyways, I feel you. Like, we have so many variations that it would be weird. Just like it's
just us, like,
right. Oh, I know what I was saying. Basically, they have variation, but it's variation of lifestyle. So the lighter the child, like I guess at one point they wanted to try to get as light as they could.
Well, that exists in certain cultures.
It
Especially
does.
Hispanics, Cubans,
Dominicans.
Dominicans.
Because Dominicans and Haitians, basically,
Haitians.
they're the same. I'm sorry to say that out loud, guys. I'm just saying.
but they just possible. But yeah, it's like, okay, like, when are you just gonna accept the fact that they don't fuck with you and just try to focus on yourself? Like, everybody else is doing that.
No, yeah.
That's what everybody, like, and then, like, black people think, like, we're being racist if we don't, you know, merge and connect with everybody else. But nobody fucks with us. What allies do we have? Who's standing for us right now? Who's standing for us when we're getting killed? Who's standing for us when we're in mass incarceration?
And you know what else I hate?
Nobody.
And what's funny is I feel like Desiree, the twin sister who moved back to Mallard, it's like, I feel like she started thinking like that when she moved to DC and she got married to the dark-skinned man. And she had a moment where there was a riot that happened because I think, like, in the book, somebody was killed or something like that. It was an innocent black man or something that got killed or something. And there was riots that was happening. She was walking home, and mind you, she could pass. And there was a little black boy who ran up to her and was like, "Hey, little white bitch, like, give me everything that you got, blah, blah." And her husband came from his dark skin. He was like, "No, this is my wife." You know what I'm saying? This is my wife. Like, he trying to signal to this little boy, like, no, like, she ain't that. Like, she can pass, but she ain't passing to the point where, like, that's her actual who she is. Like, no, like, she a black woman, like, that's my wife, get the fuck out of here, type shit. And it's just, like, wild, because it's like, I feel like people still probably have to do that till this day. You know how many actresses and actors I get shocked when I find out that they're mixed and not just white, because they've been able to pass as white and then they get a black role and you be like, what the fuck, they cast her? And then you go and you do your research and you're like, oh shit, they've been passing this whole time? Just passing.
Because the rule is, if you got one drop,
oh, you would
black.
You in there, one drop. Like, it's like you're an Invisible Man. That one drop, it's over with. That one drop does not make you pure anymore.
I know.
It's
I don't
fucking
mind
crazy.
though. I'm actually really proud to be African American.
I'm proud to be light-skinned African American.
I'm okay with being African American. I don't want to be anything else.
Oh, hell no. Definitely not.
I love my culture. I love the people. I love everything about, you know.
Yes. So
it's very.
Oh, it's so immaculate.
Empowering once you realize who you
being
are.
Black. Oh,
Me
I
too.
love being black.
Me too.
I love being a nigga. Listen, okay.
It's empowering when you actually don't suffer from self-hatred and you can really appreciate who you are. But a part of that is knowing who you are, which starts with history, which they don't teach us. And they lie about and they twist.
Yes.
So there's that. I listen to a lot of Young Pharaoh. Do you watch Young Pharaoh?
I've heard that name.
Oh, I love Young Pharaoh. This will definitely resonate with his audience, for sure.
That's what's up.
He's
the book, right? There's two parts I'm going to read. So one says, there was nothing to be white except boldness. You could convince anyone you belong somewhere if you acted like you did. And the second part is, we always know our own, her mother said. And now a colored family moving across the street, would they see her for what she was, or rather what she wasn't? So, with the first one, my opinion on, there was nothing to being white. It's like going back to like the Karens. Like anybody can be a Karen. It doesn't matter the race. You know what I'm saying? We know that now. Like anybody can be a Karen. But when Karens first came out, they were white people against whatever a black person was doing in public. So you're that bold to question me and what I'm doing because it's disturbing your day. That's bold as fuck. Like my day shouldn't disturb yours. Like you're walking down the street and I'm going into my house and you've never seen me before because now it's quarantine and everybody's at home. So of course you're not going to see me because I'm used to being at work. And now you see me at home opening up my door for the first time. And you're like, oh, what is this nigga living in my neighborhood? Like, that's bold as fuck to come up to me and ask for my ID. To be in your neighborhood, right? That's my opinion.
Absolutely. That is super bold, but it's also...
So... The part about we always know our own, her mother said. That is the blackest thing I think, or one of the blackest things that's in this book, because we do. Like no matter how light or how dark you are, like we gon' know you with us.
Yeah, we're gonna know if you're black or not.
Oh hell yeah! Oh definitely. Either like think about it. Megan, who's married to Prince Harry, she could pass.
Yeah.
But there's just certain things
we know. Yeah.
We know. Just like even her kids. When her kids get older and we start seeing them, grow up and talk and all that, like, yes, they're going to probably be more proper and probably have more white ways, but we gonna know. You gonna know.
Yeah, it's just something you just sense. You could just see it. You could hear it. You could...
Definitely. Oh, of course. Like, and there's a lot of moments like that in the book where it's just so much in this book that, like I said, I don't particularly like the ending. I was telling her that off camera. I don't particularly like the ending. I think it was very subtle. But at the same time, I enjoyed the ending because so much happened in the book. I mean, it was like pound for fucking pound. And it was always something. I mean, there was not a time where I read a chapter and I knew it was just nothing gonna happen. Like something was gonna happen. Either the sister was gonna meet the sister again, or the cousins were gonna meet again, or Reese was gonna have a problem with something, or they were gonna be struggling with something, or like a secret was gonna, like, that's all this book is. This book is about the secrets you wish people didn't find out about, but they find out about. That is what this book is about. What happens when your secret gets found out? How would you react? Like Stella. Stella was living her good white life. Good white life. And then her niece, her twin sister's daughter, moves to LA where she lives. Out of nowhere. For school. For school at that. And she's dark as hell. She's dark skinned. So she looks nothing like your sister. So when you see her for the first time, you don't even know it's her. But she knows it's you because you look just like her fucking mama. Like, that's a secret. Like, that's a hell of a secret.
Well, it's kind of like when they say the truth always comes to light. So even if the truth is buried for a decade or two, eventually the truth is going to come to the surface.
Definitely.
It's like a beach ball underwater. That's what the truth is.
No,
it's going to come to the
it.
light. So you can, you can live your life with secrets. You can live your life with, things you try to hide, but eventually it's gonna come out.
Yes.
Might as well just be straightforward the first time.
And that's how I am. Like, just be straightforward with me. And I feel like that's, out of everybody in the book, I feel like that's what Jude wanted from everybody. like Desiree's daughter, the twin sister who moved back to Mallard. It's like that's all Jude wanted. Jude just wanted people to just be people and just tell her what's up. But everybody around her was just lying. Even Reese at one point semi kind of lied to her until she figured it out. It's like when her and Reese first started kind of like hanging out and all of that, it was like Reese didn't want to tell her his situation. I'm sorry, guys. It's late. But didn't want to tell Jude the real situation of her being transgender. Until Jude was like, what the fuck is that? Like, I like you, you like me, like, what the fuck? Like, for the longest, Jude thought that he didn't like her. But in actuality, Reese did like her, but Reese didn't think that she would like him because of him being an actual her turning into a him.
But that's the thing about, I feel like, secrets. It's like, it doesn't matter if you try to hide them. They're going to come out eventually. And it's just going to be worse if you push it down the road or you kick it down the road. You might as well just be honest as possible at all times. Of course, that's easier said than done sometimes. But you can't live in you can't hide secrets. Like I said, they're just like beach balls underwater. They're
gonna float
fighting
up
to come to the surface.
Oh, definitely.
And eventually they will. And it happens all the time with people. It's like, especially people you hear that, like, you thought were good, and then you find out they've done terrible things.
Exactly.
You can't suppress that.
No.
Forever. It's
everything is gonna come to the light.
Yeah.
Everything is.
The dark always comes to the light. Yeah.
I mean, and on top of that, in the book, it was like there were so many secrets. There were so many secrets. Like, to the point where Kennedy, Stella's daughter, the twin sister who was able to pass for white, she had a daughter named Kennedy. And Kennedy says she cares more about being right than being my mother. Sometimes I don't even think she likes me very much. And I felt that. Because I felt like that with my mom. No matter what race you are, if your mother made you feel this way, color can't change how your mother makes you feel.
Oh yeah, no.
And at all. And it's just like, that's a powerful statement, because how many times have you felt that with your own mom? And I feel like us being moms now, I feel like we try to shy from this, but I feel like you naturally as a mom want more for your child, to the point where you forget that your child has their own personalities and have their own struggles that they have to go through. And you try to protect them so much that you end up being their enemy and not their ally. Mm-hmm. And that's why children make statements like this. Like, you wanted me to be perfect so bad. You wanted me to be this person so bad that you forgot to love me through the process of me learning how to be me.
Yeah. And I think that that's really, really difficult for especially mother-daughter relationships.
Yeah.
I think that the mother-daughter relationship is really important.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that daughters who are not able to secure that strong bond with their mothers at an early point can struggle.
Yes.
Heavy with a lot of things because they were not able to secure that bond with their moms.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that, when it doesn't click, that girl ends up struggling with dating, with friends, with self-esteem.
Because she's searching for love that she should have got from her parents.
Exactly. Specifically the mom.
Yes.
So it's like,
a lot of people think that women have daddy issues. It really be the mamas.
Mom issues.
It really be the mamas.
A lot of women have mom issues. People don't talk about that. They only talk about dad issues. A lot of women have mom issues too. What are the symptoms of that? What does that look like?
Like,
Nobody talks about it.
I can tell you, in the book, this is another part that Kennedy is talking about Stella. She said she did things like that often. Desperate things. Too small to get her in trouble, but irritating enough to earn attention. So it's like, this part of the book, she was, I think she was just trying to get her mom's attention, like with the yo-yo, or just like being annoying. But like she said, annoying enough to where it doesn't get her in trouble, to where it's just like, Stella, what are you, like Kennedy, what are you doing? It's just like, okay, I just wanted to hear you say my name. I just wanted you to acknowledge that I was in the room. It's like, how many times have you, or the people who have kids who are watching this, how many times has your child done something and you're like, why the fuck would you do that? And it's like, maybe they're not doing it because they're just doing it. Maybe they're doing it because you've been on your phone looking at fucking Instagram, wondering why your body don't look like that. And your kid has been watching Baby Shark for the past 2 hours, and now they want a hug from you, but they don't know how to get your attention. So guess what? They're going to smear their poop on the wall, or they're going to drop something on the floor.
Yeah.
Or they're going to jump on your back.
Yeah, I definitely think kids do that to get attention.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And with the technology, it's so easy for parents to be distracted and just be in their own world, and they don't even realize it. And they actually did a little experiment where they just wanted to see, because it was a mom who had twins, I think.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to see how
My
many
life.
times, exactly. And they wanted to see how many times the kid looked at their mom in any given moment.
Mm-hmm.
Man, those kids look up to their moms every few seconds.
Yes.
Just to see your facial expression, just to see if you're looking at them.
Or just to make sure that you're present.
Exactly. Imagine you're just doing this the entire time. They're looking at you every 2-3 seconds. They're looking at you.
Yes.
You're like this the whole time.
Yep. Because, I mean, and we all
even
suffer from it. We all have done it. We all have done it. We all have had that stressful day that you're just like, I just want to be on my phone. Fuck these kids.
You have to, because you're tired. You're super tired.
But kids don't understand tired. Kids don't understand your day. Kids understand that you're their parent and you're supposed to love them regardless of what the fuck's going on in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Which is not a selfish thing, because, I mean, that's what kids are supposed to do. They're supposed to feel loved at all times, in all parts. But it's like, it's sad to hear that. What's funny is Jude comes from a mother who was raised on light-skinnedness, and Jude felt all the love in the world, but still wanted to escape from her mother. And then you have Kennedy, who didn't feel no love, who just wanted to be next to her mother. It's crazy, right? Yeah. It's like the one who got the love wanted to run from it, and the one who didn't get love at all wanted to run towards it.
Yeah.
And
maybe Jude was running away because didn't her father leave?
Well, no, her mother left her father because he was beating her.
So her father was gone. So you could say, yeah, she got her love from her mother, but she still maybe was missing her father.
And they say that in the book. She really always thought about her dad.
Her dad. That's probably why she left. And then you have the other girl who didn't get the love from her mom. So obviously she's always going to try to chase after that.
Yep.
So they were both chasing after something that they were missing.
That's true.
In a sense.
Yeah.
But I definitely think that girls with mom issues are not as talked about as girls with dad issues. In the Black community.
Yeah.
Because you can have both, but also, like, I feel like I said, a mother and daughter relationship is also very important, and it can also do a lot of damage if it's not good.
Yes. Because I feel like a lot of Black moms, they see a lot of themselves within their daughter, and they don't embrace or help embrace the good things, the good qualities that were passed on. They focus on the bad qualities, and they try to beat it out of them.
Yeah, beat it out of them, force it out of them, control it out of them,
ignore it out of them,
or whatever. And it's like,
or blame them for something that they blame them for a quality that was passed down to them.
Right.
That's what I've never understood. How the hell are you gonna blame me for a quality I got from you? Like, I got this shit from you. And that's the thing, like, in the book, like, even Stella even says it, Kennedy should have been Desiree's daughter, and Jude should have been hers. And the thing is, in the book that she never does, she never allows Stella to fully learn who Jude is. Because if she fully ever learned who Jude was, she would know that Jude is exactly splitting image of her. Literally, from top to bottom, Jude, even though she's dark skinned, is everything that Stella is, and Kennedy is everything that Desiree is. And that's so crazy because I have twins, and to see them develop and to see them grow up, I would hate for this to happen to them. I would hate for them to grow up and then they separate, they don't talk for years, and then when they do talk, it's like one of those things where it's like, oh, I have a daughter, your daughter's just like, my daughter's just like you, oh, my daughter acts just like you. It's like, you know how embarrassing that has to be to come back 20 years later to talk to your twin sister and realize that, hey, we each had a daughter each, and our daughters are basically what we should have had. Like, my daughter acts just like you. Like, after 20 years, I can tell you that. That's embarrassing as fuck.
Yeah, that's sad, actually.
It's very sad. And the book is very sad. But at the same time, it's like, it's still a rejoiceful moment because black culture really is, black raw culture between LGBT, Q plus A, I think it is. Don't murder me in the comments. I'm trying to get this right. I really am. I'm not trying to disrespect anybody, even though we've been drinking. But you have that aspect in here, and then you have the aspect of light against dark, colorism, and then you have the aspect against mother against daughter. You have secrets between mother and daughter, and cousin and niece and aunt, and then you also have the aspect of a black man who loves a light-skinned woman who's living in a light-skinned town because Desiree's boyfriend, Jude's stepdad, you know what I'm saying, is dark-skinned. And their mother, Stella, and Desiree's mom never really fully accepted him until she got Alzheimer's. So it's like you have a mother who sees that a man is taking care of your daughter and making her feel every bit of wanted, but you still don't accept him just because of your colorism. It's so much in this book. It's ridiculous, guys. And it's like, we literally can be talking for hours about this book because it's so much in it that it's, to break it up bit by bit is, man. That's why I'm glad Issa Rae was able to get her hands on this. Because if anybody can make this into a movie or a show, it had to be Issa Rae. Because I feel like Issa Rae is going to break it down the way that you and I and everybody else that has reviewed this book is going to break it down. I want it to be breaking down. I feel like she's going to try to not leave any in the windows or leave anything open for discussion, like, yeah. Right, like it is what it is. Put it out there, yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, because I think a lot of light-skinned women and men need to realize that we do have privilege, but I also feel like a lot of dark-skinned people have to understand that we do have our own struggles. They might not be as big as yours, but our struggles are our struggles. And I feel like that is just in society in general. Mm-hmm. Understand people's struggles and don't put them down because you feel like yours is more. Just help people. Just help understand. Yeah. Help people over the little hump that they need to get over. And I feel like that's what this book is. Yeah. Just help me get over my hump. I don't need to hear, like, for instance, Kennedy. I don't need to hear that you've been lying to me all these years. I just need to hear the truth. Like, if I'm black, let me know I'm black. I've been living this white life, this white lie, because you've been living this white lie. Let me know what the fuck is up. I have a whole cousin that's from Louisiana that has lived here in LA, that I met in LA, then I moved to New York, she comes to New York to visit me, and then we get reacquainted again. Like, I shouldn't have to do all these reacquaintances with my cousin. I should just automatically be able to call my cousin because she's my cousin. Not because you're scared of people finding out that you're black and you've been passing this whole time.
Yeah, but that's just extreme self-hatred. So
yeah,
it's just extreme self-hatred, and unfortunately that exists. And like I said, it's tied to slavery, it's tied to brainwashing, it's tied to indoctrination, divide and conquer tactics.
Yes.
So people have self-hatred, and some of it is extreme levels to where they will abandon everything about themselves. They'll abandon their family, who they are, to try to be something else.
Yes.
Because they hate themselves so much.
So much.
If only we knew our true history of who we are as people and where we really come from, we wouldn't suffer from self-hatred. But obviously we were brainwashed and indoctrinated into self-hatred, so through slavery. So it makes sense that we are in this predicament, but I just wish that it wasn't the case, because we are a great, phenomenal people who created everything. We're the beginning of everything. We were wearing gold sandals in Egypt, building pyramids. We were running dynasties. We were in the golden age, and they don't want to tell us that. They only tell us that we were slaves. And they tell you the darker you are, the more worse you are, when that's a lie.
And what's funny is, it's like they play this picture of the lighter you are, the better you are, but it's like,
a lie.
But right, like, it's not because I'm better, it's because it makes you feel less threatened, but you're still not gonna give me what I need, because you know I still got that black in me. We're still under the same umbrella regardless.
Yeah, we're still under the same umbrella. Like, you know.
Like
I'm still black if I go work in a different race business or a different race corporation. I'm still black. What do you think they're gonna say I am if I walk into a room? They're not gonna say I'm white.
They're not. Definitely not.
They're definitely not gonna call me white.
They'll call you every brown type of person before they call you white.
Right. So I mean, but you know, the self-hatred is a shame, honestly, just because we are such a great people with such a rich history, and it's just sad that we've lost who we are, and we really do think that everybody else is better than us, when in reality,
it's not
true. So,
like, for instance,
that we don't have our culture, we don't have our history, we don't have our roots.
Exactly.
And we're just able to be brainwashed and manipulated into hating ourselves
and
for no reason.
You know what sucks? My grandmother could pass. My mother's mother could pass. And she was passing when she was a kid. And she was one of the black people who got sent back because they found out. But see, this is the thing though, like, she wasn't raised to be uppity though. Like how Mallard, the city Mallard, they were teaching him to be uppity and all that. Her mother just told her, okay, you just have to act. This is just something you gotta do so then you can get ahead. You know, it was one of those situations. And they found out and they sent her back to the regular school. And when she got back to the regular school, it's like she felt like she was hated more there than she was at the white school when they found out. And it was just like, it's like, are you mad because I could pass? Or are you mad because they sent me back and now you have to look at me?
I don't know, it's interesting.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you so mad that I got sent back and it's not my fault? Like, I could pass, okay.
But maybe if you look more Caucasian, black, it's almost like, yeah, you're black, but it's like, you're Caucasian.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
We're black, you're not one of us.
Because there are some people who literally look white as hell, and they are the blackest niggas walking this earth.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of tough.
I mean, there are some mixed people who are black and white, and they look Indian. They look Spanish. They look anything but black and white. Like, a lot of people think my dad is white and my mom is black because of my complexion and because of my features. But it's like, nah, I'm completely different than that.
Yeah, like, yeah, this one guy, I was at the museum, and this guy was like, oh, are you Spanish? Do you speak Spanish? No.
Nope.
I'm just regular.
I'm just regular black.
I'm black.
I'm regular
I don't
sniper
have
black.
anything else going on.
And that's how Mallard was. Like the first mixed or light skinned people that lived there were like us. Like we were like the fresh, you know what I'm saying, light skinned people. And then after that, it's like the skin just kept getting lighter and lighter and lighter.
True, yeah, because you keep going. Yeah.
Especially if you're only dating light skinned people, you're only marrying light skinned people, it just gets lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter.
Yeah.
The recessive gene ends up being less and less and less, to where the dominant gene is just that, the light skin, the lighter of the skin tone, in a sense.
Yeah.
But you still look, I mean,
You have the features, but your skin is getting lighter.
exactly, right. So this book is amazing. It is phenomenal. I know that this podcast is all over the place. Okay, we've had pizza come, we had babies wake up, we made drinks, we have drank drinks. It's been a long ride. It's a long night. So, but for the most part, I feel like we got our points across as much as we can. Like I said before, you can leave any comments. If we need to have a Q&A session, we definitely will answer all the questions that you guys have for us. But for the most part, get this book. I feel like everybody, no matter what your race is, it will help teach you about a little bit about colorism, a little bit about the LGBTQ plus community. It will also teach you about how white people act when it comes to segregation, and also when it comes to what is that called? Housing segregation. So that's what happens in the book as well. So it also talks about a whole bunch of health issues. Everything's in this book. So just get it. I got babies up, so it's time to go. So read this book, get it, digest it. Let us know how you feel about it as well in the comments. All right, guys. We will see you later. We'll be back for another one later on. All right.
See ya.
Bye.
She's up.